Hi guys, welcome back to GFFA Games. If you remember, last episode we left Tython after completing our Jedi trials and becoming a Jedi Knight. We have travelled all the way to the Republic fleet. We are on our way to Coruscant at the request of a Master Kiwix to investigate a dark presence they've sensed on the Republic capital world. Oh. So I think in order to get to different planets you have to come through the Republic fleet, which is sort of the hub. Maybe when we get our own ship later on we can just go straight from planet to planet, I'm not really sure. But we have to go through the Republic fleet at the moment. So let's have a look at our map and see what's available. So T701 seems to have a mission for us. There are heroic missions. And then you've got these areas which don't seem to show anything at the moment, so maybe they're not open to us. We can have a quick look though, it's not going to hurt. But first of all, let's speak to T701.
We make a good team, T7. I get the feeling there's tough times ahead. I'm glad you're up for the challenge.
Okay. Sort of like an influence mission, was it? And I apologise for that character twerking in your face as we were discussing that with T7. But sometimes that's what happens. Anyway, where are we headed to? We've got a message from Rana. I know you wish no further contact with me, but I felt it was important you understand that I am doing everything possible to honour the second chance I and my people were given. Our betrayal of you and Master August can never be forgiven, but I am determined to guide my people toward greater understanding of and cooperation with the Jedi Order. Our future on Tython depends on it, and I am determined not to fail. Please accept the attached display of our sincerity and commitment to peace with your people. Rana Tau Ven, Pilgrim Matriarch. Hydro Spanner. We'll take that. Let's give it to T7, why not? Okay, this might be interesting. Crafting trainers. Let's accept that mission. So, crafting trainers learn a crew skill, then interact with your trainer. So where can we learn a crew skill? Down here. I don't know what I don't think there's any point in learning arms tech. Cyber tech might be useful since we have a robot ally. And synth weaving might also be useful. Oh, I see. Okay, let's unlearn this one. Can we do that? Oh, maybe not. I don't really know what I'm doing. Let's not worry about that. We have interacted enough and got some completed the mission at least. So what's this? Diplomacy, investigation, underworld trading and treasure hunting. I think diplomacy is probably a good skill for a Jedi. What's this? Bioanalysis, archaeology, slicing, and scavenging. I think archaeology is a good skill for a Jedi. Perfect.
You there! How would you like to live in a manner appropriate to your lofty status while also supporting the Republic? Strengthen your political connections and expand your influence in the galaxy like never before with your own strategically located stronghold. Use your stronghold to build a power base, guard against your enemies. Heck, throw a party, throw lots of parties, make your success known. Is it hyperbole to suggest that owning and showing off a stronghold might be the most important thing you ever do for the Republic? That isn't for me to say. Buy your stronghold now. Do it for the Republic and for yourself.
Okay, a stronghold. Do we need a stronghold? I don't know. And if we do need a stronghold, how do we get one? Certainly people here for decorating. Okay, purchase a stronghold at a stronghold directory. Oh, here we are. Okay. Alderaan, that's nice, isn't it? We haven't got 4 million though. Is this the only one available? Oh, it's the only one per... These are very expensive. Have I come to the expensive side of the... 5,000, that seems a bit more believable. Where's that? Oh, it's Coruscant. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have learnt some skills, or at least started to learn some crew skills. We have set up a stronghold on Coruscant. I'm very unlikely to go back to that stronghold. That really doesn't interest me as a feature in the game. We'll see. We've got a trade market, we've got supplies. I think we're just going to head off back to Coruscant now. Okay, so we have got the shuttle to Coruscant there, but before we can go to Coruscant, we should do this, the Esseles FLASHPOINT, which is part of the story, which is why it's got a mission attached to it.
Bimkanaya nugan, ejinim naya lak umnan mege. Bomogala apayang, nilama imi amka angap, memgam gamgi, nina gegwan, amnerna hanak.
That's excellent news.
Mem ilik meraka, nayanaram, kam kalu amikmanik, manalayang perlu, amka kalami naya kira nubua.
Okay, now I believe you can do this solo play. I'm sure I have done previously.
Excuse me. Yes, could I speak with you for a moment? I don't mean to trouble you, Jedi, but I'm curious if anyone from the ship's crew has come to speak with you yet.
I haven't spoken to any members of the crew, but anyone who needs the help of a Jedi will have it.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I heard a rumor that there's an Imperial warship following us. I know, the Treaty of Coruscant. But I don't trust the Empire to keep the peace.
We should always be on our guard against the evils of the Sith.
It's good to hear I'm not the only one concerned about the Imperials. The crew won't tell the passengers anything at all. It's not very reassuring.
Telling the passengers that Imperials are nearby would only cause a panic.
I suppose. Still, I think it's unsettling to think that there might be Imperials behind us.
Warning! Warning! Incoming fire! All hands brace for incoming! Repeat, all hands!
Can you hear me? Are you all right?
Don't worry about me.
Good, good. That was quite a hit. We're lucky not to be hurt. Listen, you have to get to the bridge. The captain will need all of the help he can get right now. Go, hurry.
Let's just hope it's not too late to help.
It's never too late to try. Good luck.
Okay, let's head to the bridge. Guess we're not going that way. Aha, I think because we're playing this in story mode, we get a support droid to help, which is pretty good. This whole place is blowing up. Bridges in front of us.
Tyrus, you can make it, sir! You can make it!
He's gone, sir. You're in charge now. What are our orders?
Your orders? Weapons are out, shields are out, comms are out! There's nothing we can do!
I've come to offer my services in defense of the ship.
If you want to be useful, Jedi, then get out of here and stop interrupting us!
Sir, we need all the help we can get. If we don't keep it together here, we're finished.
Keep what together? The Imperials have us by the throat! We're as good as dead already!
What's wrong with you? Are you really going to let your ship fall to the Imperials so easily?
That ship behind us is one of the biggest in the Imperial fleet. We didn't stand a chance.
Sir, incoming message. The Imperial ship is hailing us.
What? Oh, well then put them on.
Republic Transport Esseles, this is Grand Moff Rikus Kilran. Your defenses are entirely disabled. Attempt no resistance.
We're aware of our situation, Kilran. Just tell us why you're here.
Your ship is transporting a known anti-imperial terrorist and seditionist, the so-called Ambassador Vin Asara. I've come to collect her.
Who? We didn't take any passengers by that name. I've never even heard of this person.
Interesting. Lying or incompetent, no matter. My agents aboard your ship have confirmed the Ambassador is there.
You have spies aboard our ship?
I have eyes everywhere. Imperial soldiers are preparing to board your ship through its primary airlock. My agents will ensure that you do not interfere with them. If you attempt to stop my men from arresting Ambassador Asara, I will have every living thing aboard the Esseles killed.
Where is the primary airlock? I'll stop the Imperials as they try to board.
Weren't you listening? If we try to fight, they'll slaughter us. We have to cooperate.
It won't matter. Kilran has us now. He'll kill us all. He's famous for it. The only one he wants alive is the Ambassador. If Kilran gets the Ambassador while we're sitting in his sights, we're goners. Those soldiers have to be stopped before they can succeed.
I'll ensure that no Imperial soldiers make it aboard this ship.
It's very brave of you to volunteer. Listen, I'm sorry I lost it earlier. It means a lot to have your help right now. Thank you.
Helping others is both a duty and an honor.
Maybe so, but we appreciate your help all the same. I'll have our security team meet you by the primary airlock. They haven't seen much action, but Commander Narlock knows his stuff. Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Okay, let's get on with it. Head to the docking level, and what we've got to do is essentially just stop the Imperials boarding.
This is it, men. This is what you've been training for. The Imperials are coming, and we're not going to let them past, are we?
Sir, no, sir!
And we aren't fighting alone. An experienced volunteer is going to help us. The imps won't stand a chance.
My lightsaber is at your service, Commander.
You hear that, men? Our friend here is going to chop through these imps like nothing. The imps will cut through any second now. We need to take up defensive positions.
Surrender! Surrender!
Victory or nothing.
You have to hurry. It was all a trap. The Imperials set us up.
Hera, the Ambassador! Capture her at all costs!
Victory or nothing.
did it. We killed them all.
Victory! We've done it, man! We've done it! The ship is saved!
I'm sorry, Commander, but that isn't the case.
We defeated the entire boarding party. Nobody could have slipped past us.
No, you're right. It's not you the Imperials slipped past. First Officer Hawken walked us right into a trap. The attack on this airlock was a ruse. After Hawken sent you here, Imperial commandos snuck aboard. They were led by a Mandalorian mercenary called Iron Fist.
We defeated the first group of boarders. There's no reason we can't defeat this group, too.
It gets worse, I'm afraid. Iron Fist and his Imperial commandos stormed the bridge, and now the entire area is locked down tight.
We have to stop the Imperials from gaining control of the ship.
That's why I rushed to find you. Something has to be done.
Look, what is this all about? Why are the Imperials so desperate to capture you?
Because of my work. I'm a Republic ambassador. I traveled to Imperial-controlled planets and convinced their governments to come over to our side.
Confronting the Empire for the sake of diplomacy takes a lot of courage.
I'm no hero. I just show them an alternative to Imperial control. But we can talk about my work later.
We need to retake the bridge. The longer we leave the Imperials in control, the harder it'll be to remove them.
I already told you, Iron Fist has the bridge locked down. There's no way in or out.
A security lockdown. That is bad. Chief Engineer Salen might know of a workaround.
Hopefully we can get to Salen before the Imperials. Do you know where he is?
He and his team will be down in the engineering section. I'm sure they'll be able to help us.
We'll need a diversion. If the Imperials notice the hatches to engineering opening, they'll flood the area with soldiers.
My men and I can handle that. Form up, men. We're gonna go start some trouble.
Let's get that bridge open.
We'll give those imps something to think about, won't we, boys?
I'll go along with Commander Narlock. Once you've cleared a path to engineering, I'll double back and join up with you there. Good luck.
Okay, let's find this Engineer Salen. Which way do we go? Must be this way. I was trying to attack my own droid there. Who's this chap? Right, where do we go from here? He didn't survive, never mind. Okay, there we have it. What's this thing? Communications console.
Whoa, you're a Jedi. Chief, hey Chief, look, there's a Jedi out there.
You must be crazy, coming all the way down here with the imps everywhere.
Commander Narlock said that you might know of a way to unlock the bridge. The Imperials have it sealed off.
The imps pulled the lockdown? You gotta be kidding me.
You really cleared this place out. I didn't run into a single Imperial on my way down here. Listen, there's no time to waste. Commander Narlock and his men are being overrun. We have to get the bridge unlocked now.
So I've heard. I'd invite you in, but the lockdown has our doors sealed too.
Are you going to be safe in there? Do you need help getting out?
Getting the bridge back in our control is much more important. Now let's see.
What about a reactor reset? That would disengage the security locks, wouldn't it, sir?
Yeah, but a reactor reset vents the engineering compartment. We'd be blown into space. Besides, controls are on the other side of the door.
What else could we do to open up the bridge?
The secondary conduits. They're spread around a bit, but if you shut them all down, the security will go down too. Then we'll be in business.
I'll get the conduit shut down right away.
There's no time to go running all over the ship. If we don't act now, the Imperials will overwhelm us. I'm sorry, Salen. We need to unlock the bridge while we have the chance. We have to reset the reactor. You and your men will be remembered.
We can't send these people to their deaths, not when there's an alternative.
Fine, but you're dooming everyone on this ship. Sometimes sacrifices have to be made for the greater good.
We're trying to save the people on this ship, not kill them.
Fine. Who am I to argue?
You crazy witch! Shutting down the secondary conduits will work, I promise!
If you're going to do it, go now. The longer you wait, the more Imperials you'll have after you.
Wow, she ain't very nice, is she? Okay, what do we do? Okay, so basically got 3 different ways to go. And I seem to have managed to find a way not to go. Is that also not the way to go? Hang on. Let's look at a map. Yes. We don't need to go in the lift, we just need to head around. Never mind. Probably would have been easier just to vent them people out in space. Hello. Ah, this is the conduit. Second conduit. What's this thing here? Okay, just got us a bit of a codex entry. And the third conduit. Right, so let's go and see what that crazy woman... Are we heading the right way? Yes. Thinks about that.
I don't know how you managed it, but you did. The security doors around the bridge have opened.
The Force was with me, as usual.
I don't know where I'd be if you hadn't been aboard. Probably locked in an Imperial prison, or worse. I'll go and help Narlock with another diversion, so you have as little resistance as possible when you attack the bridge. You'll still have to deal with Iron Fist, though. And that's no small challenge.
What do you know about Iron Fist?
I only know Iron Fist by reputation. But he's been doing Grand Moff Kilrin's dirty work for a long time now. He's never been captured, defeated, or even driven back. You have your work cut out for you.
The Force will give me the strength I'll need.
Just be careful. Mandalorians always have a few tricks up their sleeves. All right. No more time to waste. Narlock, are you there? Can you hear me?
Copy. This is Narlock. Set for second offensive?
That's right, Commander. I'm on my way to join you now.
Let's get busy right away.
Good luck.
Okay, returning to the bridge. Off to fight a Mandalorian, of all things. They weren't so tough, were they? Don't think I even did any damage to them. Okay, so the Mandalorian commandos are a little bit tougher, but not by much. I feel like we're missing something, but don't seem to be. I don't mean to tell the Mandalorians how to do the jobs, but I mean, while we're fighting these guys, all of these lot should have come and helped. I mean, it'd have been a lot more difficult for us to win. So we've got to defeat 2 more of these commandos before we get the bonus. One more commando to go. I think there's another one in the room. Yep. Okay, so we've got the bonus and we have cleared out that room pretty much. Let's go. Tell you what, this is made a lot easier with a, a couple of support droids.
Well, well. I was wondering when you'd finally show up. This is it? There aren't more of you?
Just give up, Iron Fist. I don't want to have to hurt you or your men.
Strange view of the situation. Guess you'd have to be a little crazy to put up the fight you have. Let's vape this worthless scum and get back to work.
Okay, straight into it. Where'd you go?
You're going down!
Get us out of here!
Go ahead, then. Kill me.
Is that everybody dead? Looks like it.
First Officer Hawken, do you have any spare shuttles in the hangar bay?
Spare shuttles? Yes, we do, but I don't...
Then that's our only chance. You have to board Grand Moff Kilrin's ship and disable the tractor beam so that we can all escape.
If this is what must be done to save the people on this ship, then I'll do it.
I knew we could count on you. I've been aboard warships like Kilrin's. The tractor beam controls should be easy to find if you know where you're going.
Ambassador, you're familiar with the layout. Perhaps you should go along to help get the tractor beam shut down.
We need every advantage we can get.
I don't think that's the best course of action.
Look, if there's any chance I could make a difference, then we have to try.
Ambassador, before you go, take a spare uniform. We wouldn't want any Imperials to recognize you.
Good thinking, Commander. Thank you. Now let's get moving.
Good luck out there. We're all counting on you.
I thought we just said that this was the guy that betrayed us, and now he wants us to send the ambassador to the Imperial ship, and we're just going along with it. This seems like a very silly thing to do, but never mind. It's not our job to question why.
Hey, hold up a minute. I need to talk to you before you go. I just talked to Salen from engineering. He told me what Asara tried to make you do down there. Thank you for stopping her.
Sacrificing innocent people is wrong, no matter the reason.
You stood up for the lives of my crew, and risked your own instead. I won't forget that. Listen, I've been thinking. I really believe this plan is going to work. But there's only one way to guarantee that we'll all make it home safe. And that's to make sure the Imperials have no reason to keep chasing us.
What are you suggesting, Hawken?
I want you to leave Asara on the Grand Moff ship. With the tractor beam down, we'll be able to escape, but Kilrin will just chase us down again. Unless he's already captured his target. As long as Asara is on this ship, everyone aboard is in danger. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of risking all of our lives for that woman.
I didn't sacrifice the engineers to get us out of this. I won't sacrifice Asara either.
Just think about it. I'd even make it worth your while if things go the way I'm suggesting. Anyway, you'd better get going. I've held you up too long already. Good luck.
Okay. So, the guy is pretty evil, by the sounds of it. But then so was she, so... Obviously, we're not going to leave her behind. Unless she wants us to. But then if we do that, what was the point of this whole adventure? Anyway, here we are on board the Imperial ship.
We have to hurry.
Is it this way? What's this? Okay. Like that nobody else has come to help us. Just left us to it. So which way are we going? That way. Okay, so some of these guys are pathetically easy. But these dreadnoughts seem to be quite tough. Well, there we go. I think this is going to be pretty much the same thing all the way to the bridge. Or the engineering deck, isn't it? Where we... You're alright, buddy. So I am planning on uploading this without a great deal of edits. What I will say is I've been... can I do that? Been watching the Andor series lately, which is... at the time I'm recording, I think I've just watched the 8th episode of it. I'm not quite sure what to think. I'm quite old school when it comes to the Star Wars I enjoy. And I think it's a great show, don't get me wrong, it's a really good sci-fi show. I'm not sure if it's a great Star Wars show. And, you know, you might disagree with that. Like I say, I'm enjoying it. It's a really good TV show. But, I don't know. There are elements that are fantastic, like the actual aesthetics of a lot of the planets and particularly the Imperials. It looks straight out of the 1970s, which I think is fantastic. But then there's elements like the language that they use. You know, they seem to go out of their way on a couple of occasions. You know, saying things like shit and bastard, which, I don't know, doesn't quite fit. And then there's design elements like the deck chair, which... Can we get rid of this? Which, I don't know, just don't scream Star Wars for me. I like the use of real-world buildings. I don't really have a major problem with that. I do wish that they'd tart them up a bit more in CGI to make them look a little bit more like other world locations. But I think it's pretty obvious that the real-world design elements are, you know, on purpose. I think it's there to make us identify more with the characters and the story, and it does work, don't get me wrong, but oh, shooting at guys over here as well. For me, I just like it to be a little bit more Star Wars and less Battlestar Galactica, for example. And I know that sounds ridiculous because I am probably one of the biggest Battlestar Galactica fans out there. I absolutely loved that show and I still love it. But Star Wars is its own thing, you know? And I think you can make a serious Star Wars show, absolutely. A mature show, I know that's the word that people have been throwing around about Andor, that it's mature. And, I don't know. I think you can do those things and still keep it within the, you know, within the Star Wars universe somehow.
Well, I've seen some incredible things in my time, but you've just topped the list. I'm sorry I couldn't greet you in person. If only you had let me know you were stopping by.
Your taunts are useless. This won't stop until the Esseles is free.
You sadden me. I can only be cordial through so much. My men will be along shortly to escort you to the accommodations I've arranged.
Your men can't stop us, Kilrin.
You greatly overestimate your chances. Iron Fist wasn't the only weapon in my arsenal, nor the deadliest. See you soon.
Okay, it sounds like we've got something else to fight at the end of this little mission. Yeah, so with Andor, I'm sort of... I don't know. A bit of cognitive dissonance, maybe, because I'm really enjoying the show. I just don't think it's a very good Star Wars show. I mean... I thought that Kenobi was dreadful. Not gonna lie, I really did not like that whatsoever. I thought that had some decent ideas, very poorly executed. Whereas Andor is really well executed, but just not a very good example of what I would like to see in a Star Wars show. I don't know. I'd like to know other people's thoughts on it, as well as Kenobi and the Book of Boba Fett, which I thought were, wow. I mean, how those shows got made, I don't know. They really were bad. And again, they all had elements that I enjoyed. I mean, the scene with Darth Vader unmasked talking to Kenobi was really good. I thought the little girl playing Leia was fantastic. But it just wasn't very good as a show. I thought the direction was terrible, the music was awful, the story... Well, the plot was fine, but the actual... the way they executed it was just really bad. What's going on? I mean, all this time I was waiting for an explanation on why Reva was, you know, how she knew about Leia. And it was explained in, I think, was it the second episode or the third episode, with just one line of, oh, I found a connection between Obi-Wan and Bail Organa in the archives. I mean, that's not an explanation, is it? That was just dreadful. Really bad. Should never have happened. Oh, we have leveled up again. And I think I can say the same about a lot of these Disney Plus shows, is that they seem to get so much right, but then at the same time get so much wrong. And it's like if they just spent a little bit of extra time going over and thinking through what they're doing, I think they could have a really good, you know, hit each time. I don't know. It's really difficult to get on board with them. Other than, say, The Mandalorian, which has been, well, relatively flawless. I mean, I've really enjoyed that show, both seasons. And the third season looks like it's going to be great too, so... And as well, with the Book of Boba Fett, even though the show was pretty trash for the most part, oh, I've got two of these to get to. Let's do this one. The episodes with the Mandalorian were fairly decent. So I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. There's clearly a lot of rushing going on with the shows. It just doesn't help. You know, I really enjoyed seeing Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka. I think they were really well done in Boba Fett, but I wasn't very keen on the idea of Luke just sending Grogu off by himself in an X-Wing to Tatooine without even knowing if Din Djarin was still there. That to me wasn't something Luke could do. Giving the Padawan the choice between Jedi training and returning to his father figure. You know, I'm hoping in season 3 we'll get more of an explanation as to why he did that, because it did seem a little out of character. What's this bonus? Slice the power consoles. Where are they? Are they in this room? Doesn't look like it. So yeah, I'd be interested to know other people's thoughts on the Disney plus content so far. The animated shows I can't really speak to. I'm not a big fan of the Clone Wars. As previously stated, I actually thought Rebels was a much stronger show. Although I did enjoy Season 7, the Siege of Mandalore arc. I thought that was pretty decent. Tales of the Jedi has just dropped. I haven't watched it yet. I'm not that bothered. I will watch it. I've heard it's very good. And I've heard that it totally disregards the Ahsoka novel, which I thought was not very good. So, you know, I'll give that a go. What else has there been? The Bad Batch. I got about 3 or 4 episodes into that and gave up. Not my cup of tea at all. I really didn't care about any of those characters. I mean, I think that's the biggest problem I have with Andor. I don't really care about Cassian Andor. Where are these power consoles we're meant to be slicing? Let's have a look on our map. We are here. Oh, are these them here? Okay, never mind. We can get to them. Yeah, I actually find myself more interested in the other characters' stories. For example, you know, the ISB I think is absolutely fantastic. I'm really enjoying watching their stories, Yularen and all that. Really well done. And like I say, the look of the Empire, you know, they've got that, well, they've got that perfectly, but we knew that from Rogue One. I mean, Tony Gilroy, whoever is doing all the set design and etc., is just doing a fantastic job, and the way that it pays tribute to THX 1138 is, again, sort of masterful. You know, I wasn't expecting to see that kind of thing. By the time this episode goes out, I think the show will be finished. So, I should be able to give you an updated view on it later, see where the show goes. It's kind of difficult to see where they're going to take the show, of course, because, well, we know what happens. But then again, I suppose it was the same thing with Kenobi. I'll tell you what, one of the... To be honest, well, the entire Kenobi show was a letdown for me, but one of the biggest issues I had with it was the line in Return of the Jedi when Kenobi says, Obi-Wan once thought as you did, or as you do, to Luke Skywalker when he wants to bring Anakin back in the dark. And there just wasn't any of that in the show. You know, Kenobi wants to kill Darth Vader pretty much immediately in that sort of... what's going on here? There we go. You know, in that sort of very awful looking animated... this must be the big boss. You know, that awful looking animated fight at the end. Oh. Really bad. I have watched the movie edit of Kenobi, which was making its rounds a few months ago. I felt it did a better job, but there's only so much you can work with. I've seen a couple of edited scenes on YouTube. There was a good one, the scene where Vader pulls the ship down. Somebody had re-edited that and it just works so much better. Really well done. What have they done now? Come on. They basically made it so Vader didn't appear so stupid. And yeah, one of the difficulties that I have with seeing the re-edits is it doesn't help the TV look that the cinematography had. I mean, the colour grading, you had this, you know, the lightsabers just let off so much light, it just looks really, really bad. And then the shaking camera, that just, oh, really awful. So let's fight this thing. So that's probably the greatest thing about Andor, is the cinematography. It, you know, it looks like a movie. I think using the volume in Kenobi didn't help, because I don't think the director really knew how to use it effectively, or didn't have time to use it effectively. You know, when you see how it's used in The Mandalorian, sometimes it's a little shaky, you know, it's not great. But when you watch episodes like the opener of season 2 with the crate dragons, I mean, that's just fantastic. Such a great episode, and it looks like it should be on the big screen, you know. Oh, it wasn't so difficult, was it? You kind of get the same thing with Andor. They're not using the volume, they're using real world sets, and it just gives it such a better look. What do we do here?
I hope you realize that this is getting out of hand. You're leaving me with precious few options.
Okay, is that it? So where do we go from here? So what do these things do? Just give us a little bit of extra health. Aha, here we are. So, I'll be honest, when Disney first bought Star Wars and they made the announcement about the Star Wars, what's this guy running in? About the Star Wars canon, I was quite excited about it. I hadn't really kept up with the EU for years, so, you know, it was a welcome... Oh, shit. Yeah, it was a welcome change for me. But honestly, the more that they do, the more I've sort of fallen back into the 1990s, which was the, you know, the stuff that I grew up with. I really love the probably up to about Star Wars Episode 1 is where I get that kind of nostalgic feel from Star Wars. Episode 2 I was not overly impressed with at the time, and it's never really been a favourite of mine. I do love the prequels, don't get me wrong, but yeah. Where's our support droid gone? Yeah, I have to admit, the early expanded universe is what sort of brings me into Star Wars and makes me think about it's what I think of when someone says Star Wars to me. I think our support droid's been killed, you know. Well, never mind. Yeah, because I was initially reading all of the books, collecting all of the comics. This is, you know, from 2015 onwards, and I've just fallen completely out of it. I've sold off the vast majority of my collection from that era. I'm just not interested. I didn't think the sequel trilogy was very good whatsoever. Thought they had a great chance, but just wasted it, so... more of a casual fan at the moment when it comes to Disney Star Wars. I will watch what interests me and I will disregard what doesn't. And when it comes to when it comes to the new stuff, I'll just play it by ear. I'm watching all the live action stuff. It's not that big of a commitment, is it? So and I suppose while we're here, just playing this mission all the way through, I'm not planning on editing this video down a great deal at all aboard the Esseles. I want to do the whole flashpoint. While we're here, I suppose I could tell you about the new series that I've got planned, which I'm planning to start releasing the videos weekly from August of 2023. You might wonder why it's so far away. It's because I want to get the whole series written and edited before I actually release it. Because I do want it to release weekly, and there's a reason for that. Is because it hits at certain points throughout the year that will be important for, you know, the content. And the idea is I'm gonna basically go through everything that was released from 1976 onwards and really just examine how this story of Star Wars developed, with different people being involved in the comics and the early novels, the adaptations, you know, and how I think it could be quite an interesting exploration. We're also going to have a look at some of the magazines that were released at the time, including some of the fanzines. And the first series is going to take us up to what was released just prior to The Empire Strikes Back. And the second series, if we get that far, is going to explore The Empire Strikes Back up to Return of the Jedi. And again, this is a big if. If we get into the third series, it's going to be Return of the Jedi, and then onwards through the what they call the Dark Ages of Star Wars. You know, the era when it was basically the Ewoks and droids, and West End Games began to really just keep the flame alive with what am I doing here? With roleplay content. So I don't know if that's going to be interesting to you. Like I say, I've started writing it. The first episode, which is going to be sort of I don't want to say a pilot episode, but I might release it a little bit earlier than the others, just as a roadmap. That's going to be looking at the draft scripts that Lucas came up with for Star Wars. And then the next 6 episodes, we're going to examine each of the each issue of the first comic book adaptation from Marvel, and comparing it with what was in the original theatrical cut of Star Wars, as well as the novel and some other adaptations that we have. For example, the Contemporary Motivators adaptation. I think there's a couple others, but the Star Wars storybook, things like that, you know, the making of Star Wars documentary, that sort of thing. You know, they're going to be...
I don't want to do anything drastic, but I will. Surrender. Now.
We're not going to surrender. You know, they're going to be quite intensive episodes. They're going to really go quite in depth. also got plans to do a deep dive into the Dark Forces saga. Basically, the finale of what I'm planning to do with that series. I haven't got a name for that series yet. If anyone has an idea of what I could call it, please let me know. I'm going to probably take it up to the early 90s and just do sort of a big finale where we can talk about... I don't think we're meant to go down there. Where we can talk about things like... well, maybe we are meant to go down there. We're in the trash compactor now by the looks of it. Yeah, in the finale we can just sort of talk about Heir to the Empire, you know, and Dark Empire, and these stories that are really integral to the beginnings of what became the expanded universe. One of the issues that I'm going to have is I can't really make a video for each of those things, because in many cases they didn't have, you know, the expanded universe novels didn't have comic book adaptations, so there isn't a great deal that I can show visually in a video talking about things like, you know, Darksaber or Crystal Star. And then, yeah, so really we are going to end that series with the start of the expanded universe. Where are we heading here? That way.
Very well, you give me no other choice.
Yeah, so basically the first series is planned out. I know what I'm going to cover in each video. I just need to write them and basically record them. I'm really looking forward to doing that. I think it's going to be more of an... I don't want to say an academic sort of series, but it is going to look into each of those things in quite some depth. I'm assuming we're heading towards the boss fight now. Must be through here. Okay. I'm sorry for just sort of rambling on during this video.
Greetings. At last. A real, live Jedi. How I've looked forward to this. A true Sith cannot go long without a true challenge.
I won't fight if you don't make me.
Pitiful words. Don't waste your final breaths with them. To destroy a dangerous foe, that is the way of a true Sith. When I carve your heart from your chest, your fellow Jedi will sense your defeat, as will my master.
Turn back from the dark side. Help us save the lives of innocent people.
Those not strong enough to survive by their own hands deserve death. The power of the dark side is infinite. Are you ready to face oblivion?
I had hoped you would turn back from this madness.
I had hoped for a Jedi who could provide a true challenge.
Okay, let's fight this guy. Hopefully T7 will help take out the guys. Seems to be firing at the Dark Jedi, unfortunately. I really want to take out these Sith troopers, but there we go. Should just be a case of wearing this guy down. Come on, buddy. Okay, these lightsaber fights are pretty boring to play, not gonna lie.
I'm charging up our main turbo lasers batteries. In a few moments, your pathetic ship and all your pathetic friends will be nothing but floating debris.
Get rid of some junk. Let's see if now we can collect what he's got. There we go. See if she's alright.
Come on, get onto the shuttles. We have to hurry. If we launch fast enough, I think we can make it. Are you ready?
Right behind you, Ambassador.
Let's just hope Hawken has the hyperdrive ready. Come on.
Okay. Back aboard the want to call it the Esseles, but they seem to call it the Esseles, so I think I've been reading too much Roman literature. Or would that be Greek? You tell me. Or don't, I don't really care. I do quite care, actually. Oh dear. I think this would be more fun with other people, genuinely. I do have some friends from America and Canada that might join me on here, but whether or not they'll want to be videoed, I don't know.
Everyone's aboard, Plex. Get us out of here, now! We're safe! You did it! You did what no one else could have done. You've saved us all. We owe you our lives. Every one of us. So on behalf of the passengers and crew of the Republic Transport Esseles, thank you.
Only doing what was right.
There's no reason for modesty. What you accomplished here is truly amazing. I took up a collection from everyone on the ship. Hopefully, these credits will help you save other people in need. The same way you saved us.
Please, keep your credits. I'm sure you all need them more than me.
That's extremely gracious of you. Thank you very much. Ambassador Asara, it's a relief to see that you made it back to us safely as well.
It's a relief to be back, Hakan. I'm just glad that this is all finally over. We're finally safe. I want to thank you again for everything you've done. Heroes like you are hard to come by, and the Republic needs everyone they can get.
The Jedi will always be there to help those in need.
Then the Republic is very fortunate to have your order for allies. I should warn you, though. Grand Moff Kilran is never going to forget what we've done. He'll stop at nothing to get his revenge.
Sounds like I'd better keep my guard up from now on.
That would be wise. There's nothing Kilran isn't capable of. Anyway, enough of that. I'd say it's about time we all relaxed a bit and enjoyed the rest of our trip. Thanks again. And good luck in the future.
Okay, so I think that is this flashpoint done. We just have to press this button. Resume course to Coruscant. Yep, let's go. I quite enjoyed that, to be honest. I didn't think it was overly long. A little bit repetitive, just killing the same things over and over again. But we've got our mission complete and a reward. We'll accept that. We are... What's going on here? We are on Coruscant, where we have a stronghold as well, actually. So, what is there to do on Coruscant? Let's have a look at our map. We need to head down to this area to use the customs terminal, and I think that's pretty much it. So, what I'm going to do is call it a day there. When you join me again next Sunday, we will have a little look around Coruscant. We will probably sort out our stronghold because we have all this crap in our inventory that we really need to get rid of all that and sort out what else we have. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what any of this stuff is. There's some stuff that we can open up. Sell off all the junk. I don't know. I I don't know what half of this stuff is. So anyway, I will see you next week. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Disney Plus Star Wars content so far. By the time you're seeing this video, there'll be more released than I have seen, so I'd be curious to know what you thought of Andor in particular.